Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is the Love Story Podcast. Welcome to the Love Story Podcast. We've got a little bit of a different situation in here today. We've got brand new co-host Jesse on.
Hello.
So he will be here to listen and observe and can speak if you would like to.
Thank you.
Okay. And then we have our new couple on the couch. So do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Stephanie.
And I'm Sam.
Okay. Steph and Sam. So what's the story? What's the scoop here, you guys? How did you guys meet?
We actually both had our first jobs at like the same location. So we
Okay.
both met at McDonald's.
Oh,
Both of our
nice.
like first little high school jobs. I was, oh gosh, how old was I don't even remember how old.
I think you started there when you were 15.
Okay, yeah, I started there when I was 15, but we didn't start talking until like maybe 2 years after that. Working side by side for a couple years, and then we're finally like, oh, you know what? You're kind of cute. Yeah.
Okay, working at McDonald's.
Yeah, it's funny.
Was there any hesitation with talking or just didn't work out that way? Just a couple years?
Well, I had a boyfriend in high
Okay.
school.
Okay.
But that didn't end up working out, and so I saw Sam, and I don't know, something just clicked with me
Yeah.
and him, and we just started talking and talking. We actually ended up like getting each other's Snapchats, I think, and then he went on vacation to South Padre Islands, and he was like
fun.
snapping me a whole bunch of pictures, and I'm like, wow, that looks like a lot of fun.
So you worked side by side, so 15, 16, and then when you were like 17 and
17.
18 kind of started officially. So you
Yeah.
didn't do any like of the same proms together or anything like that. This was all beyond prom season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So who was it that said something to the other first? Do you remember?
Oofta.
I guess there was like a lot of just, back and forth, just kind of flirting
Yeah.
a little bit
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a lot of
when it
flirting.
first started.
Yeah, because we both like opened together. We like
Okay.
opened McDonald's, which was like 4:30 in the morning. 3:30 in the morning is insane. But yeah, we opened together and we're both like talking. We're like, hey, can you put down some hash browns? Something stupid like that. And I'm like,
And love
yeah,
sparked.
yeah.
Okay, so you're snapping. He's in South Padre Island. Who did you go to South Padre Island with, Sam?
It was just my family, like my mom, my dad, and we went to see my grandparents down
Oh,
there.
fun.
Yep. So and they spent the winter down there. So it
Okay.
was fun.
Were you down there for a while?
I think like a whole week.
Okay.
So we spent a lot of time there.
Yeah. So snapping for a whole week while you're down there. And meanwhile, Steph's up here just like, okay, who is this guy? Okay.
Yeah.
So then how long after just kind of like did the snap relationship continue before it moved on to something more serious?
There's actually like little things on Snapchat that show you when you first became friends.
Ooh.
I think
Actually,
it was in October.
So October 6th of 2019.
Okay.
And then we actually started, like, we went on our first date February 25th of 2020.
So right before the pandemic, you guys
Right
were like,
before
let's
the-
start dating.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, I know.
And who asked who on the first date?
You did. Well,
Yeah.
actually, no. Actually, I was joking about going on a date with you, and then you're like, well, then let's just do it. So then it just happened. And
Sometimes
then
that's how you have to get boy. You have to be like, oh,
You
wouldn't
have
it be
to be
so
stern.
crazy? Yeah. What if we like dated or something?
yeah, what if we like went on a date? Like, wouldn't that just be kind of crazy? Yeah, and then we ended up going on our first date. We went to Blacklight Adventure Golf.
Fun.
Nice.
Or Blacklight Adventure? Yeah. Blacklight
played laser
Adventure. We played laser tag. I kicked his butt
Nice.
in laser tag. And then we got McDonald's after.
Oh, how romantic.
I know, it's so funny.
When you worked at McDonald's, was it like I would do absolutely anything to not eat McDonald's ever again, or were you like I actually like kind of like the food?
It's actually kind of good.
Yeah, right.
It's like actually
yes.
addicting.
Yes, I know. My daughter used to work at McDonald's too, and she did kind of have like a little crush on a boy too that she also worked with there. And I'd like pull up, and they'd be sitting in a little booth like sharing
Aw.
fries or whatever. And they moved their relationship to Snap, and kind of continued. But he was playing it too cool for her, I think, so she had to take a big step back. But she was very like, I hate McDonald's, so. It's like, I don't know. I really like it. I make baby Big Macs, like double cheeseburger, except make it instead of like with cheeseburger stuff, do Big Mac stuff. 10 out of 10.
So good.
So
That
good.
sounds
Yeah.
really good.
And that was the McDonald's corner.
I like McDonald's. I like McDonald's breakfast. McDonald's
Yeah,
it's very good.
sausage, egg,
Very good.
cheese. Absolutely.
A love formed over McDonald's.
Yeah. I'm
So
loving it.
stop it. Stop it.
I wanted to say that.
Okay, so you go on your first date, Blacklight Adventures, then you go have McDonald's, and are the vibes like, you're like, okay, not only is he like super fun when he's down in like South Padre Island, but he's like also fun at Blacklight, sucks at laser tag, but that's okay.
Or did you let her win?
Well, maybe.
I was just
That's a
really good
secret.
though. The score was like well above, so I feel like there was some skill.
I think it was pretty close.
I think there was some skill there.
So then did you keep talking and just like, it was like, okay, obviously now we're dating for life, like this is what's happening?
Yeah, I think, well, we actually made it like official. Well, we went on our first date February 25th, but we made it official March 6th. Yeah, I think we both worked that day. I don't really remember.
When did you start introducing each other to each other's families?
Oh gosh.
I
think
probably met your mom on our second date because she wanted to meet me. She's like, if you're going to take my daughter somewhere, hey,
There you go.
I better
Yeah,
meet you.
make sure you're not
I want to
great.
know who you are.
Mama bear.
Yeah.
Mhm.
100%. You were like FaceTiming me, but like you were talking to your parents at the same time and they were like asking
I
you
didn't tell
questions.
them about you for
Yeah.
quite some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'd always remember like, okay, well, if they're listening now, I would always remember you would take your dad's car and we would like go to McDonald's or we'd hang out at Walmart because it was the pandemic, like nothing was
Yeah.
open. So we'd like hang out by the paper towels that were still there and just
Nice,
like
yeah.
sit and chat or like go to McDonald's, go to Barnes and Noble. We messed around in Barnes and Noble a lot. Like just like ran around. We were kids, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So we would just like run around. We went to Target after that. I think you ended up pushing me in like a shopping cart over to the other side of the building at some point.
Yeah,
So
just hanging out, pandemic stuff.
lots of
And so you guys would have been living at home at the time, so separately.
Yep.
So then was that difficult to like go through the kind of, I mean, especially in the early days where it was like we're on lockdown and you guys had just started dating and it's like, were either of your families like, you cannot be going out and seeing this strange boy or this strange girl?
It was really weird. Your mom was super afraid of getting sick or you getting sick or something. So like we didn't hang out a lot. But it was a really weird time during
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like everything shut down and I don't know, it was like scary for some people. Like it was just the uncertain, you know, where you didn't really know what was going to happen. So yeah, people were just like, we're not hanging out or anything like that.
And you had just started this relationship that you're like, okay,
I
like,
want to see this
yeah,
person.
exactly.
Yeah.
So as the pandemic kind of moved through, had you graduated high school at that point? Or were you like graduating the year of, or did you have another year to go?
I was a junior when
Okay.
the pandemic actually hit. So like they call it COVID-19, but it actually like came out in 2020. So I would have been 18 and a junior in high school.
So then, and were you already graduated?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
I just graduated. I had my first year of college, I think. Like my first semester, I finished that, and then I guess I was in the second semester when we started dating. So, I guess we were both busy, always doing stuff, but
And were you going to college locally?
St. Cloud Technical College.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were you going to school for?
IT or network administration.
Okay.
So, fixing computers and internet and stuff like that. So,
Then did you have a plan for what you were going to do afterwards? Like you've got this like hot college boyfriend over here now and you're like, are you kind of like having the conversation of like, what if I go away to college or what if I stay local or what are we going to do?
I didn't really know what I wanted to do, so it was kind of just like up in the air. I didn't want to leave and like go anywhere. All my friends were going to Mankato and I saw that as like an option, so I was going to go to Mankato, but I ended up just staying here because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just went for my generals at the tech college as well.
So you're kind of doing the like trying to date, trying to do whatever. You've got a whole nother year of high school left to go. So was that like kind of difficult? Because that would have been, was that all e-learning the next, or the bulk of it e-learning?
Half and half, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was
It was like
like a couple days on, couple days
Yeah.
off. Okay. And so then were you going to school at one of the local high schools here?
I actually went to Rocori.
Ah, okay. So you had a little bit of a drive. And then for college, was that like, were you able to be on campus or were you?
I did a lot of stuff online, anyways.
It's
maybe
IT
we had-
stuff, so.
Yeah, I think maybe we had 1 or 2 in-person classes, but very few. So it was kind of nice. I mean, we made it work. So
Yeah.
So where are the feelings at this point? How strong is the connection? Is the connection pretty strong, or
Yeah.
at that point in time?
well, I'd say it's you're in your puppy dog
Yeah.
phases.
Yeah.
It's the first couple of months, and it is tough because we're really limited on like how much we can see each other
Right.
because she's busy, I'm busy. There's COVID going on, all kinds of different things. But yeah, I'd say for the first 3-4 months, it was really tough, and we'd spend a lot of time just driving around in my dad's car because my sister and I shared a car, and she would use it sometimes, and I'd want to use a car some other times, so I'd borrow my dad's.
Yeah.
And then we would just drive around for hours or go sit in a parking lot somewhere and just hang out and talk, and yeah, that was fun.
It was really fun.
So who dropped the L-bomb first? Do you remember?
I think I did,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. I like jokingly sent it like over Snapchat. The story kind of was like I was sending it to my friend. I actually sent it to him on purpose. I was like, oh shoot, that wasn't supposed to like.
Well, you were sending it to a friend. You were saying like, would it be too early to say, or how early is it to say that I love you or whatever? I'm like,
Then I actually sent it to him on purpose.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, it's never too early.
Yeah, just getting the feelers out. I love it. Just a little subtle manipulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you got that message, were you like, did you like know for sure that like, oh, she sent that and it was for me?
I was pretty sure. I didn't know if it was a mistake or not, but I'm like, well, if it was or not, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Just kind of rolled with it.
So then you're kind of still, I mean, we're still dating. We're still kind of doing the thing. You're going to college, you're going to school. So then what's kind of like the next year or so while you're going through, pandemic, living at home, doing the e-learning, all of that kind of stuff, just still trying to make time for each other?
We both kind of like navigated you got a different job. You actually had 2 jobs.
Yeah, so that spring, I had just finished my second semester. I ended up not going back to school to finish my degree. And that summer, I ended up getting a job at a local Ford dealership, 1040 Ford. And it was a full-time job, so I didn't have time for school or anything.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a next step. I was kind of tired of working at McDonald's. At this point, I'd been there a couple of years. I just wanted something different, so went and applied there and got the job and been doing that ever since.
Was it like IT related or like?
No, it was car sales.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Nice.
And I was still working kind of at McDonald's a little bit, just so I could stay working with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on...
Didn't want to leave.
Yeah, I would work at the dealership Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Fridays I had off, and then I worked there Saturdays too. But then on Sundays, I would work at McDonald's because she was still there. She opened it on the weekends there, so. Yep. Busy schedule, but it
get
was
it whenever you could.
Yep.
Okay, so then you're working at 1040 and you're doing all of that stuff. Like how long, because you guys are engaged, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So how long did you guys move in together, like before you got engaged or anything?
When did we first like get our house? I think it was, we've been there 4 years now.
2021.
2021 is when we got our mortgage. I was kind of in like an awkward situation with my living situation at home. We decided that we wanted to move in together and like go forth with our life.
Yeah.
I think we had been dating for 2 years.
Was
No,
it
like
2
a
or-
year and a half, something like that at the time. And yeah, we were kind of not living together, but she was spending a lot of time. Like I was still at my parents' house, and she'd spend a lot of time. She'd stay there for a couple days at a time or something like that. And it was nice too, because like she could do her e-learning from there,
Nice.
so she could do a lot of schoolwork, and she would just hang out in my room at my
Yeah.
parents' house and go to school. And at that time, I was at the dealership, so I wasn't really
Yeah.
even there, but you had your peace and quiet to do your work. So
So his family is overall pretty supportive at this point?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Your parents, Steph, when you were there, were his parents there at all? Like, or was it, so they're all hanging out together and you're just
Yeah.
like one of the family walking around? Hey,
Yeah.
who's going to make me a sandwich?
Yep. His dad's actually retired. His mom was still at her work. Like, she just retired as well. So his dad was always there. But yeah, I just kind of like kept myself in the room, did my homework, and then, yeah, he'd come home and we'd watch like Game of Thrones or something, and then like eat pizza and call it a night.
Yeah. And then eventually make your way back to your house for a day or two. And do you have any siblings or anything?
Nope, I'm an
No.
only child.
So you could just hang out by
You could just
yourself or.
Pop in and out wherever I
Yeah.
wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then you moved in together. Did you buy a place locally around here then?
About 5 minutes away.
Nice.
Literally 5 minutes.
So what was that like when you guys were looking for a house? That would have been kind of in the pandemic crazy times. So that's
It was
stressful.
it was difficult. There was a
Yeah.
lot of stuff out there, but everything was super expensive, and some of the houses weren't that good.
Right.
Yeah.
and-
You're paying a lot of money for something that you're like, that's.
right. And it's like I was 21 at the time. You were
19.
20, 19, something
19,
like that.
almost 20.
And we just wanted a place of our own, and Yeah. I mean, we ended up finding something, but
Yeah.
yeah, it
Like-
took a while.
I think we probably put in 1 or 2 offers, and then they didn't go through, or they didn't take them. And then we found this house. It was like live-in ready. It was a good price point, nice area, had a garage, which was also really nice. It just like hit all the points that we wanted, you know, just because like a first starter home. And then we put in an offer and we got the house. And I think we actually closed 2 days before my birthday in
Nice.
2021, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. And then you get everything all moved in and everything, and just kind of been hanging out there since.
Yeah.
Did you have to do any upgrades or anything, paint the walls or anything, or did you left it as it is?
It's
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Pretty much the
There's,
same.
of course, things we want to do, but you know,
Yeah.
gotta find the time to do it. You know?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we just added a dishwasher, actually. We got a dishwasher for Christmas. So that was exciting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Otherwise, like, we just changed a couple sinks, got a different furnace, and a different HVAC unit. That's pretty much all we
All the
did.
not sexy things that now you're
I know.
Yeah.
It's like we could paint the walls with that money. We could, like,
Yes.
make it look nice, but we needed a new... we
Or like
needed all
maybe
that.
like go on a vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like, nope, sorry, mom and dad. Our Christmas list is a dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hey, Love Story listeners, it's Ashley, and I have a very important confession to make. I recently did something extremely dangerous. I bought my fiance's wedding ring online. But before you judge me, I bought it from Modern Gents, and honestly, I feel kind of like a genius. Wedding planning is expensive. Like, why is this napkin $14 expensive? So when I found Modern Gents, which makes gorgeous handcrafted wedding and engagement rings that look luxury but don't cost we need a second mortgage money, I was sold. They use conflict-free stones, have tons of styles, inclusive sizing, free and fast shipping, easy returns, and a lifetime warranty, which is great because if my fiance loses his ring, I would like to replace the ring and not the fiance. The ring looks amazing, like suspiciously amazing for the price, and Modern Gents has over 1 million happy customers. So I'm clearly not the only one making elite financial decisions over here. So if you're engaged, getting engaged, or just emotionally preparing for how expensive weddings are, go check them out. Head to moderngents.com using the link in the show notes below for a special discount and find your perfect ring.
So then how long were you guys living together at the house? I mean, at this point you bought a house together. It's kind of like we're doing life together, you know, it's going to happen. Had you talked about getting married beforehand? Was that something that was super important to either one of you?
We talked about it
Yeah, a little
a
bit.
couple times. Yeah, I mean, we both wanted to get married, like, someday, you know, we're, like, moving in, we're taking all the bigger steps in the relationships. But yeah, we definitely, like, talked about getting married even before we moved in and stuff like that.
We have a 20-year-old. Could you imagine if Jacob was talking about buying a house and getting married and moving in with a girlfriend?
I couldn't believe we were talking last night, and we were talking about his age was almost 20 years ago for us.
Yeah.
20 years ago. But at that point, you know, if you find someone that you're ready,
I would be I
ready
would be
to
sick.
with it.
I would be sick to my stomach thinking about it. But maybe if she was like as sweet as you are, then I would be like, absolutely go for it. But like we're families were like, absolutely, I'm fully support this. You guys have been together. No one was even like, hey, maybe don't.
Nope.
No?
Everyone was
Very
supportive.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents are pretty nonchalant. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you do you.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's had 3 kids, so I'm one of 3 kids that my dad had with my mom, and then
Okay.
from a previous marriage he had 3 others. So it's like he's seeing kids
Yeah.
grow and
Yeah.
leave the house and all the
It's
kind
like,
of
whatever.
he's just do your own
Yeah.
thing or whatever.
You're gonna
but,
do whatever you want anyway. So
Yep.
what do I
Yep.
care?
So-
Yeah.
But yeah, they were really nonchalant about it. But of course, you being an only child, your mom was a little bit more hesitant about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So tell us about the proposal.
Yes. So this actually happened 2 months ago
Oh.
in November of 2025. 2 days before my birthday. It's actually kind of funny. We really like November 8th, apparently.
Yeah, I
We
guess
closed
so.
our house November 8th, 2021. Got engaged. We got, wait a second. We got our first puppy November 8th
Wow.
of
Really?
2023. I just realized. Okay, that's going to make me cry.
What kind of puppy? What did you get?
Australian Shepherd.
Oh, they're so sweet. Okay,
We
how
have
did you?
2 now.
You have 2 of them?
Mhm.
Okay, how did you decide on getting, first of all, you were like, it's time we start filling this house up
Yeah.
with something, so let's bring dogs in. How did you decide on Australian Shepherd?
Well, I actually saw them on TikTok. I think they're really cute. They're energetic. They're fluffy. I love dogs. And I don't know, their coloring, they're so smart. They're so smart. Too smart. I just liked everything about them. And then his dog actually passed away. He was living with us for a little bit, and he passed away.
Yeah, so we bought the house in 21 in November, and then I think we're at my parents' house for Christmas, and the old family dog,
Yeah.
he started having like some health issues,
Yeah.
'Cause he was 14 at this
yeah.
point or something like that, and we decided to bring him back to our place just to, be with him for a while. And I think we had him until October of the next year.
Because he
So
passed
he lived
away
with
in
us for almost a
October.
year,
Yeah.
and then he kind of went downhill during that year. We ended up putting him down in October of 2022, and then we got a new puppy because we had a dog in the house. Now it just
Yes.
felt weird not
Yeah.
having one.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting the new puppy a month later, I think. Yep.
And what's its name?
Finn.
Finn. Okay, so you brought
That's a
Finn
good name.
home.
Yep.
And how difficult was Finn to train? Because we just got a Basset Hound puppy a
Oh.
handful of months ago. And
Yes.
he's very sweet, very cute,
Yes.
stubborn as hell.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that we put him in a smaller crate, hoping that would help with the potty training. I think he still has the same bad issues. I think he's just cleaning up after himself in a
Cleaning him up
disgusting
after
way.
himself.
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess I was under the illusion that this had solved the problem, but she doesn't seem to think so.
I don't think
so.
so.
I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But he's overall pretty good.
He's very sweet.
Yeah.
I love dogs. I don't
Yeah.
like puppies.
Well, the best thing we did for potty training Finn was when we first got him, we put him in a crate at night or whenever we weren't there. And, we had blankets in there, a little cushion thing for him to lay on. It's the weirdest thing, but that was the biggest mistake.
Yep.
Because what happened was he would go on the blanket or whatever, and then he would kind of push it off to the side, push it into the corner so he didn't have to lay on it. So what we ended up doing is we just took all this stuff out of his cage, and so it was just a plastic tray, I guess. And he would not go on the plastic tray, pee or poo or anything.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to lay in
Because
it.
he didn't want to lay
Yeah.
it. So solved his potty
Brilliant.
training like that.
That's
Like
awesome.
overnight, yeah.
Nice.
So he just didn't go in the cage. I mean, as soon as we got home or got up, we let him out.
Yeah.
So he kind of got into the routine, So
Dogs love
that's
schedules.
how it started. And then Milo was actually really nice. Because we had learned a lot. So we have a second puppy now.
Yes.
And we learned a lot from the first one. The second one was probably potty trained by 3 months or something like
Nice.
that.
So what made you want to get a second one?
Our amazing first puppy.
Yeah. Yes, that's how it happens. It happens the same way with kids too. You have an
Yep.
amazing first kid, and you're like, the second one will be just like this. Is Milo the same as Finn?
No, he's very crazy, but we love him. No, I feel like we just wanted Finn to have another friend, because he would just spend all day alone at home, and I felt so bad for him because we're both working. I'm like, we should get another puppy. And at first you were like, well, I don't know, and then I'm like, you know what? We could just look at puppies.com. And then we looked.
Just take
That's
a
a
look.
mistake.
Just take a look. Yes.
Whoops.
We looked at puppies.com, saw this cute little puppy, and then I was like, hey, we should get this puppy. And then 2 hours later, we're going to Cambridge to get a puppy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So where did you pick up Finn from?
Shakopee.
Okay, so you went down to Shakopee, planned that one out. Okay,
Yep.
the second one, impulse. Let's just go to run to Cambridge.
Yep.
It's kind of weird saying impulse buy a puppy.
Impulse.
Yeah.
Impulse buying a puppy. Yeah.
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 That's how Brett
totally
told
what
me
we
home.
did.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Let's just look. And then we
Yeah.
pulled up Craigslist, and there was this cute little Basset Hound
Oh.
in Kimball, and it was like, well,
Let's
That's
think
close
about
enough.
it. Okay, let's
yeah.
do it.
Now
yeah.
that we've thought long and hard about this, let's go
When
get
it's like
him.
once you have one, what's another? It's like-
Exactly.
You already
Yes.
have all the stuff for one puppy. You can just add another one.
Did they get along right away?
I think it was kind of Finn was unsure of the puppy at 1st, but now, they just fight a lot. That's all that
Yeah.
puppies do.
Well,
A
Finn,
lot.
Finn didn't really like other dogs, and we kind of knew that, and we were kind of hoping getting a puppy would help him, help socialize him, get him.
Yeah.
So when we brought Milo, is the name of the puppy, but when we brought him home, we wrapped him up in one of Finn's blankets, so he would kind of smell like him and all
Sure.
that. So we carried the blanket in, and we just kind of walked around the house with it. And I don't think Finn even noticed we had one.
No.
Yeah.
That he was there. So we ended up just kind of sitting on the floor with the blanket, and Finn would come over, and he was like, "What is this?"
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so
So-
cute.
But he got used to him pretty quick, especially, we got Milo at 6 weeks old, so he was a
Puppy.
Tiny thing, yeah.
He could barely walk by himself.
Yeah.
He was still learning to
Aw.
walk, But he ended up playing with Finn pretty good, and now they play all the time. So
Yeah.
Do you guys have any differences in training strategies or anything? Any sort of different ways that one wants to do it and the other doesn't want to do it that way? Anything like that?
well, it was really nice with having an older dog because he kind of knew the ropes, And the puppy picks up on it really quick, actually. So, like, within the first couple of months, we didn't really do a ton of training with Milo, but he kind of picked up the basics: sit, stay, lay down, shake, outside, and Finn will actually correct Milo a lot of the times too.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. So really, you only kind of have to teach one, and then the other one will just figure it out.
Yeah.
Goes with
Yeah.
it.
So that was kind of nice.
So now you've got the 2 dogs, and you're like, okay, I'm so glad we've got these 2 puppies now in this beautiful house. And when do I get to get engaged?
So yeah, November 8th, 2025 is when we went on our trip to Washington, D.C. I
With
think.
my parents. My parents like to
we?
travel
Love
every
to
year.
travel.
They like to
Yep.
do a November, December kind of trip. Oftentimes they go to Florida, but they had some kind of timeshare points thing or
Yeah.
whatever for DC, and they're like, "You guys want to come?" Yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Sounds fun.
Do all the siblings go then? Is it like a whole big family thing, or is it just whoever wants to come comes?
Basically,
Pretty
yeah.
much, yeah.
Yep. They covered some of the hotels, but other than that, we kind of had to pay our ways. I've got a younger sibling who really just is starting out, and they're still in college, so it's not like they could really afford to do that. So we were in a decent position to do that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also like traveling too, and I've never been to DC. I think you have before once, but I mean, I've always wanted to go, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go. So I think we flew in on the 7th of November.
I don't remember.
Okay, well, we flew in on either like the 7th or the 6th of November. This is like when we were touring the National Mall. We're going to do that day. And then your dad's like, "Oh, you know what? Well, I want to show you guys how to like go around the metro and stuff." I'm like really bad at telling stories.
So it was our second or third day there, and my parents had been there a whole bunch of times, so they kind of knew how to get around. And we had a hotel in the northwest part of the city, and you kind of had to go south a little bit to see all the monuments, you know, the White House and the Washington Memorial and all that kind of stuff. And you know, it's a big city. There's tons of people, traffic, all kinds of stuff. So they like to actually take the subway. You know, from basically the hotel, we have to go a couple blocks to the subway station, and then you can take it to really anywhere in the city. I think it was our second day there. They were like, "Yeah, I'll show you how to use the subway system, and you can take it around and do all that kind of stuff." I'm like, "Okay, that works." And she was still getting ready, so I'm like, "I'll just go by myself."
Yeah.
Yeah, because you wanted to take pictures and be
Well,
all pretty.
of course. I need to look Instagram ready wherever
Yep.
I go on vacation. That's why I bought a new outfit and everything.
Yeah, so she wasn't quite ready to go yet. So I'm like, "Yeah,
Nowhere near.
you can show me what to do." And we walked to the subway station, this couple of blocks, and that's when I tell my parents,
Okay.
"Hey, this is my plan." And it kind of clicked for me because, you know, I didn't have a ring yet at the
Okay.
time or anything. So I was looking, and I'd actually placed an order for one at the shopping mall
Uh-huh.
in DC at
Pentagon
K
City?
Jewelers. Yep. And I'm like, "Hey guys, so this is what's gonna happen today."
So you're going to propose without a ring in DC after having just shopped for a ring in DC. Okay.
Yeah. So well, she kind of knew which one she wanted.
Okay.
So really, I just had to place the order online
Sure.
and pick it up.
Yep.
Which, you know, I'd already placed the order online, so we just
Yeah.
had to pick it up.
Nice.
And, you know, I kind of took this opportunity of me and my parents going out without her.
Yep.
I'm like, "Hey, so this is what's going to happen. I'm going to take the subway to the mall. I'm going to
Yeah.
get this ring,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to do the thing." My parents were like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
Just kind of told them the plan, and it didn't quite work out the way I wanted.
Okay.
Because we were just going to take the subway to the mall, get the ring, come back before she was ready, and then we could, you know, go around the city together or whatever. But once we got to the mall, she was ready, and then she started walking to the subway station by herself because we were going to pick her up from the hotel, and she just decided she was going to be a independent person
Yeah.
and do her own thing. She was going to walk to the subway station and meet us, and I'm like, "We're not at the subway station.
Yeah,
We're 5 miles
yeah.
away or whatever at the mall." And to kind of try to stall her or whatever. And
Well, I believed most of it actually. When I actually got there, I called you and I'm like, "Hey, where are you guys?" And then you came up with some really good story actually. You were like, "Well, you know, my dad, like, he wanted to show us around and he got us lost."
I
And
we
you're
got on the
lost.
wrong train
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, and we're lost somewhere in the city. And
Yep, and you're lost was the excuse of like getting the ring. But then like maybe like 10, 20 minutes passed, and I'm like, hey, are you guys coming yet? Like, I'm just kind of chilling over here, you know?
Yeah, she kept trying to call me and everything, and I'm like, I can't get your calls. We're underground.
Yeah,
We're in the
yeah.
train.
Yes.
You know? It's like,
Yeah.
Yep.
We have like a little location thing like called Life 360, just to like kind of like see when you're coming home and stuff like that. And you actually turn it off. And I believed you when you said that there was like no reception because you were underground. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Just
because I wanted to see we're at the mall,
Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I
you're
would
just
have.
sitting on a little bench, just like swinging your
Yeah.
feet and just looking around like.
Yes, and mind you, it was like 60, 70 degrees on that day, and I was wearing tights that were fleece lined tights. I had like a sweater dress on, and then like a tan trench coat because I wanted, you know, it was gonna be
It
cold.
was a lot warmer than we expected that
A
day.
lot warmer than we expected. So I was like sweating. I'm like hot and bothered at this point. I was not having a good time. And then once you guys actually got the ring, you came back in an Uber.
Yeah, the train would have taken like a half hour to get back to the station she was at.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you were freaking out. You were calling me, and I was just like, and so I'm like, okay, this is gonna be way faster. Just get an Uber,
Yeah.
go back to the train station, and,
Yep.
and whatever. So, and I mean that's what we did, but
Yeah, it was actually really funny because it looked like, well, so I was kind of behind like a little hospital area because there was like a hospital on the corner right by the subway station. And I was kind of like hiding under there, like taking shelter because it was so hot out. And then it looked like you guys came out of like the subway station, but you actually told the Uber guy to stop you, like stop and let you guys out early or something so that it
Around
looked
the
like,
corner, yeah.
yeah, so that it
Covering
looked
the
like you
tracks.
guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I had no idea, honestly. Like, it was all clocking in my head. I'm like, okay, yep, that seems fair.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah.
so yeah, just getting the ring was
Yeah.
it was an adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like 2 or 3 hours, I think. No.
Wow.
not quite that long.
Well, I remember I was ready at like
Maybe
noon.
Maybe like well,
Noon
yeah.
or
I don't know what
1.
time you left the hotel, but by the time you left the hotel, we were already at the mall.
This whole adventure, and your poor parents were like, we literally just wanted to show you where the subway
Yeah.
is,
Yep.
and now you're on this like harebrained like running around DC.
Dragging them all over.
Yes.
Yep.
They
So-
probably had fun though too. Honestly, just like running around, getting to be there when
Part
you
of your
pick up the ring.
schemes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now you've got the ring in your pocket, and then what's the plan?
Yeah, it came in like a bigger box, and I took it out of the bigger box, and it was in a smaller box. I put that in my pocket, and then I didn't know what to do with the big box. So I just kind of
Yeah.
gave it to my mom, and she put it
Yeah.
in her purse.
Teeny tiny
Yeah,
purse.
her purse is just this big, but it was big
It's like
enough
a
to fit the
little-
box.
Yeah.
But they basically tagged along with us the whole time.
Sure.
Because I need someone to, take a picture, and we ended up taking the subway to kind of the National Mall, where all the
The
monuments
Amtrak.
are. We hopped on like a big tour bus. It was like one of the double-decker ones, and it had like the
Wow.
open roof, so you could look out and see the city. It hit a bunch of different monuments and stuff, so we just kind of spent the day riding around on that, and just kind of waiting for the right moment or
Yeah.
whatever.
Did your parents were just along for the ride, and we'll know when we know? Like, or did you have a code word, or was it like?
No,
You wanted to do it at sunset. So like all of this was kind of like not planned, but like planned perfectly, I guess, cuz the bus tour, it like stopped at every different stop every 30 minutes or so, or every 30 minutes a new bus would come around. So it's like you have 30 minutes, you can stay at each spot. If you like plan it out, you can kind of like go to one stop and then hop back on the bus usually. Otherwise, if you want to just keep riding through and just like sightsee and not necessarily like get off the bus. But yeah, you wanted to propose at sunset. So I guess the
well,
last
that part just kind of happened.
well, you said that
Okay.
you wanted to.
But I kind of had a place in mind where I wanted to do it. There's I don't know if you've ever been to DC, but there's a reflecting pool, and you can stand at the edge of this reflecting pool. It's this giant pool of water, rectangular pool of water that's a couple feet deep or something like
Okay.
that. It just looks cool. And then you can look across it, and it's probably like a quarter mile long.
Wow.
Big pool, and you look across it, and at the other end there's the Washington Monument or whatever, so it's super tall, and then behind that there's the Capitol building. I'm like, I think that would be a cool shot,
Yeah.
to do it at. And that was kind of funny because I remember from the movie Forrest Gump where he's saying the speech or whatever, and Jenny's in the audience, and she goes running through the pool. That's the reflecting pool. But she goes running through the pool, and
best.
I don't know if you've seen Forrest Gump.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I've
Yeah.
got to say about that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he puts on the big speech
Yeah.
and finishes with that. Yep. And then Jenny comes out of the crowd running across the pool, but that was the pool. Right when they meet in the middle of the pool, it gets that shot of, the length of the pool and then the monument in the background. I thought that was a cool shot.
Can you go in the pool?
You can't go in the pool, but we just stood on the sidewalk
Okay.
right at the end of it. But
Okay.
So when had you decided that that was the spot?
well, I would have liked to do it by the White House. When we were there, they were doing construction on it, so that wasn't really an option.
Yeah, not super photogenic in the background.
Yeah.
But that would have been cool too.
I think the reflection pond was probably one of the best places to do it, actually. Especially with, like, the sunset, because you had, like, the pretty pink and purpley blue sky in the background. Where you actually ended up doing it, the photographer that got the photos, we were, like, kind of on the corner, so you could see the pool and then the monument and then, like, a little sliver of the Capitol building. So it was actually really beautiful.
Yeah, and it was interesting too because when we were there, I did the proposal and whatnot. My parents took some pictures, and then like 5 minutes after we were there, someone else
Yeah.
did a proposal right in the same spot.
The exact same spot.
Yeah, and they had a professional photographer do pictures. They did their thing, and then they were like, "Okay, thanks, bye." And
Yeah.
they started walking away, and the photographer walked away.
And I'm like,
And
you
I'm
should
like-
go get them.
Yeah. So I ran over to the photographer, and I'm like, "Hey, do you actually want to take pictures for us too?"
Yeah.
Because my parents didn't take the best,
They did
best
their
pictures.
best.
They
Yeah.
did their best.
We love them, but
Yes.
So yeah, it worked out pretty
That's
good.
awesome. I like the idea of, like, you guys are there taking your pictures and this other guy is like, and we have to wait for this proposal to happen before I can do my proposal.
Yeah.
yeah, it was like, because we were there first, but then I don't know when they all came in, but yeah, it was like, it seemed like 5 minutes after
Yeah.
that they were literally right in the corner of us
Yeah.
getting proposed to as well. So
Yeah, I
Did
don't
you-
know if they were there waiting or
Yeah.
I don't-
what, but
I have no idea, actually. I should try and, like, look back at the live photos and see if
we
I can,
ended up,
like,
we were kind of waiting for a while too. There was a lot of people there,
Yeah.
like just tourists walking around doing their thing,
there
and
was also a protest going on, too.
there was
so
a protest going on.
we
right
wanted
behind
to wait
us.
until
All
that
kinds
was,
of
like, a little
activity.
calm, but
Yep.
then it got, like,
Yep.
more
The direction we
crazy.
were facing was nice, but then right
yes,
behind us,
right
there was,
behind
like,
us.
a protest of like 50 people just yelling about stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Right
well,
by
the
the
pictures,
Lincoln
you
Memorial.
can't hear anything in the pictures, so
Right,
it's fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
trying to get engaged to over here. Did you see did you see it coming or anything?
Okay, so funny story. But we were at the Capitol building taking pictures, and he was getting some good angles on me for Instagram with my little camera that I have. And I gave him my phone. Or actually, no. You took pictures on your phone of me. And I'm like, oh, I want to see that. Because you know how, like, on your iPhone, you have, like, the camera. And then there's, like, that little circle on the bottom to, like, see the picture. I was like, oh, I kind of want to see the picture. So I tapped on that little circle. And it's supposed to go to the photo, not your whole camera roll.
Uh-huh.
So his whole camera roll popped up, and I saw a little snippet of the ring. Like, I saw it for, like,
Yeah,
a
'cause
split
when we went and
second.
picked it up.
Yep.
I took a picture of
Yep.
it,
Yep.
Rookie no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I saw a picture of it, and I'm like, that can't be real. Like, I thought it was a TikTok, 100%. I thought it was a TikTok.
Well, yeah, there was a short video on there.
Because, yeah,
too.
there was a video on
because
there.
I wanted to, like, I had the ring, and I'm like, take a video of the
Yeah.
sparkle, and all the
Yes.
kinds of things.
Yeah.
But
I kind of thought that it was just, like, inspiration pictures, and that's why it was in
Uh-huh.
there for, like, a TikTok. So,
I knew my ring was coming because same thing. He had pulled up his phone and he was like
Oh,
showing
yeah,
something,
yeah,
whatever.
it's
and then you
true.
saw
And
it.
he
You knew the ring was coming. Not
it was like, oh, it's on the way because I had seen an email. We were just
Oh,
sitting. I don't even know
no.
what we were looking at, but he pulled up his phone and then an email came through. So he like drug down and like I just
Oh.
glanced and I was like, your order is on the way. And I was like,
Oh.
okay. Yep. I'm about to be booed up. Okay, so you kind of see it coming. So was it like, oh, maybe that's a TikTok, and then in hindsight you were like, oh.
Yeah, we were on the bus actually to like the next destination, and I'm like, wait a second, am I getting proposed to? So yeah, I mean, I was really excited, but also nervous at the same time. I could tell
Yeah.
you were nervous too, because you were just like,
I was, yep.
you put your hands in your pocket and you just kind of like shell up when you're nervous. And I mean, I didn't really notice it until I looked at the pictures, but we were all kind of like taking pictures by the pond, and then you proposed.
And you said yes.
Yes.
And now
And now we're here.
Here we
Okay.
are.
Um,
You have a date set?
Well, so we're thinking 2027.
Okay.
June 26, 2027 has a nice ring to it.
Mhm.
So we're thinking of doing that. And then, I mean, we don't have a venue set yet, but
Okay.
we're working on it.
Are you planning everything locally?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
We want to stay local.
Yeah.
And I mean, we met in St. Joe, so there's this place called Rolling Ridge.
Mhm.
It's actually right down the street from where we met at
Aw.
McDonald's.
Yes.
So we could do some
Okay.
like cool like little Big Mac.
That would be so
shots
cute
Right.
if
before
you're
we
like
go.
in your wedding attire.
Yeah,
to
in my
go
wedding
sit
attire, I'm
and,
just like taking
yes.
a big bite of a Big Mac.
I love it.
With like the napkin tucked in or something.
Yes, I love it.
So,
I'm here
yeah.
for that.
That's kind of like the one that's on like the top of the list right now.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so then beyond getting married and everything, what else? You've got your house and you've got the dogs and, you know, getting married, everything. What's kind of next up for you guys? Are you guys we're just going to plan a wedding and then chill, or is
Yeah.
it like, okay.
We just kind of want to enjoy each other before we, you know, settle down, all that stuff.
That's a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
And then still planning to live locally. That's kind of and what is it that you guys are doing? You're working at 1040 and you're working at,
White Peony.
okay. So you guys are just kind of continuing to do the local business, small business kind of thing and just be Central Minnesotans for life.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, Florida would be nice.
Florida would be nice, but like, yeah.
It is minus 20 out today.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, on
You
these really
know,
cold days.
Only like that every once in a while, though.
Yeah, the rest of
I
the year
can
is
take
hot.
it for a little bit. Well, actually, that's really nice. I like having hot summers and cold
Yes.
winters.
Yes. It's just these frigid days that are a little bit of
That make you hate the state you live in. Yeah.
But on the flip side, there's that meme that comes around every year that's like, why do I live where the air hurts my face? And then you
Yep.
see huge spiders and huge snakes.
Yeah,
and
we don't have
crocodiles
snakes. We
and-
don't have.
Yes.
We don't have
alligators, we don't have-
scorpions.
Yep.
No
This
alligators.
is why we live here. Because we're soft. We don't have to worry about any of the scary animals. But
Yep.
like we can handle the winter. We're still tough. You know. Well, thank you so much for coming on, you guys. I'm excited to kind of follow along as you're planning your wedding journey. That's very
Yeah.
exciting. I'm here for the pictures of you guys in wedding attire and a little bib and just
The Big Mac.
yeah, how's the Big Mac? I'm here
Yep.
for that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, before we let you guys go, what's the one thing that you love about each other? What would you say? What
This
makes
is a
that
big
person
question.
your person?
I would say her just bubbly personality. Like, she's always happy, in a good mood, smiling, laughing, just all the time. It's contagious.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's kind of like opposites attract. So you were kind of like calm and reserved, and I like how you were like calm and quiet, but like now I kind of broke you out of your shell. And now you're just crazy like me.
Well, I love that. Thanks so much, you guys, for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Love Story Podcast.
Be sure to leave us a rating and review and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes.